What's going on YouTube? This is going to be build log number 1 for the monster truck build. Got some work done last night and just kind of wanted to go over a few things with building kit bash kits like this. Some things to consider if you've not actually done it before. So start off with the work that I got done. The mounting plate for the engine, I got it put onto the back of the firewall of the truck. Basically gonna build it up as that. They just added a strengthening plate. Ooh, get that to focus in there. They just added a strengthening plate to hold, the bigger motor. Was doing a bit of a test fit with it last night, seeing how all the parts fit together. One thing though to consider with these is obviously make sure to check your clearances, and then also, because I'm wanting to detail up this engine, figure out what order things need to go in, because in order to put the transmission into place, you need to have the underside put in. So then it comes down to, okay, because of the fact that I'm kit bashing this, now granted, if you were building it stock, you just drop the motor right on into the chassis, not a problem. But since I'm actually going to be building it a little differently, I got to think these things through. So I'm going to need to, first off, get the interior done. And simultaneously, I can go ahead and probably get the front of the body painted up. So I've got to get some paint ordered for that. That way I have some of the paint available. We'll probably shoot this thing with a coat of primer here before too long. But so I need to do that, and then at that point, once the body's done and the interior can be dropped in, get the interior in with the glass, then I can get the motor put in, detailed it up, because I do want to go ahead and kind of wire up this engine. Since I'm spending all this time customizing the build, I really just want to really showstopper looking model when I'm done. So but then the other thing is, since I'm using the parts from this kit, I need to also consider the fact that the cylinders may be different. So I need to do test fits with the exhaust. So dropping the exhaust into place here onto the cylinder heads, which aren't exactly the best fit. I have found that with at least this aftermarket engine that I got, the the exhaust and everything like that, it's not bad, but it's not a perfect fit. So we'll just need to do some test fits, because I need to see, will the motor go out the side of the truck? If not, what is it that I'm wanting to do about that? And to be honest, what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just cut the pipes off here at the bends and just have them be straight pipes down. A lot of trucks at that time, they might have had like hooker headers or some other racing style headers, but some guys literally just took straight pipes straight down out of each cylinder. And so I might go ahead and mimic that in this build, just to make things more simple. But it's something, if you're mixing up parts, you got to think about. Also, the other thing that I was looking at last night with the intake manifold is to know. So we got the front of the engine here. Exactly, will I have enough room for the blower belts and everything like that? Because the blower is going to sit here. Let's get the tabs. It's going to sit about right here. So then dropping this whole assembly into place. Like I said, just kind of test fitting it up, making sure that it would fit into the truck body correctly here. So it'll fit in about like that. Definitely will have well over enough room here on the front for the blower belt and that whole assembly. But the other thing that makes it interesting is this plate actually goes on the front of here, between this and I apologize if I don't exactly have the proper term, but the crankcase cover here, where all of the belts attach and things like that. So it's something else to consider, is how this all fits together, making sure that it fits correctly with the oil pan. and seeing how everything's going to fit together, look, everything like that. So probably we'll go ahead and kind of get this finished up here. Get the oil pan. I might leave off until I get some paint on this. But like I said, when it comes to building, a straight model car, you can follow the instruction sheet, which, most times for autos will lead you in the proper direction. But when you're kit bashing, you got to think things through. Another area where I had to think things through, in fact, redo something, was here. Let me go ahead and pull the pegs off. So initially I had the front suspension pieces mounted up. Well, I had mounted them backwards. Where the outer parts here for the shock mounts were on the inside, not the outside. So had to carefully just touch with a little bit of extra thin, pull them off, switch them around, and get them ready to go back in. So, but because this chassis is a little bit different than the other, I had to put the front on the outside. So now I have a problem where these are going to sit too proud, so I'm going to have to nip these off. So again, very simple changes and modifications, but it's something that needs to be thought through, kind of as you're building. Obviously, you can try to plan ahead and figure out exactly how you're gonna mount everything up, but a lot of times it's just you got to just start and go for it. So tonight I'm gonna go ahead, just get the rest of the this exhaust system. I'm gonna go ahead and cut that out tonight, just with Dispain single edge nippers. Get those cut out just because I'm not gonna use them. In fact, I'm gonna probably go ahead and just cut out this entire plate here and just replace it with a stock piece of styrene, and gonna also kind of shore up the frame a little bit. I'm gonna probably also do the same thing here at this engine mount. I'm gonna get rid of it. I'm gonna look ahead to make sure I'm not going to cause any additional problems with anything else getting mounted. But I think I'm gonna also take out this support and just run a piece of just bulk, squared or rectangular styrene. But either case, chassis sitting good, sitting level again, and so really looking forward to getting this thing pushed through. Gonna give probably the other build, or the other truck, the Quadzilla body, I'll get that started here when I'm out on my business trip, but I do want to kind of push through a little bit more with this. So if you have any questions or comments, definitely post down below and I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability. Have a wonderful rest of your day or night.